we go. Okay. Just making sure things are working. Looks like we have liveness. Okay, we've got that working. We've got this working. Nobody's muted. Sound is coming through. And I'm going to go over here where all my backing tracks are. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. Welcome to the live stream, which is most of the songs that I'm going to sing for you today are from this upcoming project I have going called Bare Bones in the Shadowlands. And this project, it's both a performance project and a recording project, so those are all in the works. It was something I was supposed to perform in March in Erie, and I was supposed to perform it in Bandon, Oregon in June. But the way life played out for me this year, I was in exactly the opposite of those locations at those times. So it's coming soon. And I wanted to share these songs with you and tell you a little bit about the project. So the idea for Bare Bones in the Shadowlands came through when I realized kind of sort of towards the end of 2024 that 2024 was a very big grief and shadow work year for me. And it started out with my father passing, and that was actually the highlight of the year. And it ended with Trump getting reelected. So you can see kind of where my brain has been at during that year. And it's funny because I say that the death of my father was actually the highlight of the year. And part of that is because I felt so grateful that the events leading up to my father's passing, the way my family handled it, especially there's two of my sisters who were there on the ground in Arizona while I was off in other places, and they handled so many of the things with just the logistics and the estate for, what little my family had to pass on. And everybody was on their best behavior. And I was just so pleased because we are a huge family with a lot of very, very different perspectives, a lot of very different political perspectives. And I have heard so many horror stories from other people who, when their parents pass, all of a sudden the family goes into these just really awful, vicious bickering and infighting over things that in the end really don't even matter. So that year, I decided to take another trip through the medicine wheel. If you've been through the medicine wheel, you know what that means. And of course, the very first thing that came through for me that very first week when I started another journey through the medicine wheel was learning how to quiet the mind. And as a recovering workaholic, that is something that is just always a challenge for me. And so it always is something I'm thinking about trying to improve. So this first song that came through during my year of grief work and shadow work is called Monkey Mind. Just gotta make sure I hydrate because that's good for me. Okay, here we go. Sometimes I feel like everything's falling into place. How do I know if I'm just grinding away at the rat race? Sometimes I feel like it's all falling apart. When do I scrap everything and just go right back to the start? My monkey mind is grinding again. It's been this way since I don't know when. When dog eats dog and there's chaos all around. I tell myself again, slow down. Is it butterflies in my stomach, or is it fear in my heart? In all this death and destruction, how do I play my part? If I lean just a little further, will I fall over the edge? Tell me what I need to promise myself, and I will take the pledge. My monkey mind is grinding again. It's been this way since I don't know when. When dog eats dog and there's chaos all around, I tell myself one more time, slow down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is this a failure of logic, or a gap in communication? Who gave me this raw deal, and is it up for negotiation? What keeps me feeling split in two and lost at open sea? All I want to do in life is feel free to be me. So the other day I did that for a group of folks. We were having just we were just meeting up, and one of them said, "Oh, who's your band? I like your band." And I was like, "Well, in that particular backing track, I'm calling those my AI session musicians." So I've been working with Suno. I craft the song, I compose the song outside of AI, and then I bring it to Suno, and I kind of ask it what I want it to sound like, and it's not always good, but sometimes it comes through pretty nicely, and I was pretty happy with that one. So the second song that I'm going to sing for you is it seems like every time I go back to Arizona, there's always grief work and shadow work to do. And I don't know if you feel that when you're in your hometown or when you go back to your hometown, if you find that it's sort of a place to face skeletons in our closet and demons in our past. And for me, because yes, it was the place I grew up, and so there are many joyful memories, but it was also the place I lived when I was in an abusive marriage and needing to leave that abusive marriage. And I've already done a one-woman show about it many, many years ago, and so I don't necessarily like to, dwell on the concept that I was in an abusive relationship and had to leave. And I also, people have different ways of experiencing traumatic things in their lives. And I used to kind of always say, oh, my trauma wasn't that bad. And I started to realize that it's not about how bad one's trauma is. It's about recognizing the patterns, learning how to navigate those so that they don't continue to be triggers or that they don't continue to be things that repeat themselves in your life. And if we're lucky and if we do things right, then each of those lessons as it comes and revisits us can be just a little more gentle each time. And so this song is called The Shadow Out West, and it's really about anytime we have to go home and face those demons, this is a song for you. I'm going to try this without my glasses. Let's see if I can do that. How many red flags did I have to see before I realized that my own home wasn't safe for me? How many times did I hear you say you're sorry before I realized you don't even know the meaning? Rattlesnake and coyote ain't got nothing on you. At least they give me a warning, but your rage comes out of the blue. So I look into my shadow so I can find my light. Train like a warrior, but I never choose to fight. I follow my heart and I seek guidance in the stars. I know my home will always be where love is in my heart. When I go back home to the desert way out west, it's a bittersweet reunion. It feels like shadow and like death. Why in the world am I drawn to come back here? The place where I go when I need to face my fears. Rattlesnake and coyote sing a lonely sounding tune. Somehow it comforts me in the light of the full moon. So I look into my shadow so I can find my light. I train like a warrior, but I never choose to fight. I follow my heart and I seek guidance in the stars. I know my home will always be where love is in my heart. When I have forgotten that where my heart is, I am home. I call upon the ancestors to guide me back once more. Rattlesnake and coyote sing a lonely sounding song. As I sit by the fire, I listen to them sing all night long. So look into your shadow so you can find your light. Train like a warrior, but never ever fight. Courage comes from loving and forgiving everyone. Yes, even that low down, nasty, no good son of a gun. Look into my shadow so I can find my light. Train like a warrior, but I never choose to fight. Follow my heart and I seek guidance in the stars. I know my home will always be where love is in my heart. So, let's see. Oh, good. The next one is The Devil Inside My Mind. So this song came through, sometimes I like to play with the tarot when I'm doing creative writing for my songwriting. And if you know the tarot at all, you know that the devil card very rarely has to do with like the Christian ideas of what a devil is. But the devil is quite often a figure that comes to us when we need to examine what are our addictions, what are our negative behavior patterns, what are the things in our own psyche that are keeping us down and preventing us from reaching our full potential. And so if you've ever had to battle any of your inner demons, if you've ever had any of those kinds of situations you've had to deal with, the devil inside my head, not something necessarily to be afraid of, because when we do shadow work, we recognize that the things that might seem scary or dark to us are somewhere deep in our psyche something that needs to be expressed, usually in just very, very small ways. So this is Devil Inside My Mind. Devil Inside My Head, sorry. I couldn't just call it The Devil Inside because NXS already has a song with that title. So this is The Devil Inside My Head. And here I am without my glasses trying to see. There it is. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's the calm before the storm, and my blood is getting cold. Another cycle of destruction. The story's getting oh so old. And in these quiet moments, when I just can't stand to be alone, the devil reaches inside my head and says, welcome home. The devil inside my head says he won't quit until my soul is dead. The devil in my heart just can't stand to be apart. The devil in my nightmares is only happy when I'm feeling scared. Someone send me an angel so I can escape from this hell. See you in the corner, red flags galore. Still I take another plunge, always coming back for more. And every single time I taste it, I don't know how to stop myself. Every morning when I rise, I see the devil fire in my eyes. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Cleanse me in the fires of hell so I can come back to myself. See you talking to me when there's no one else around. I hear your perspective from the outside looking down on me. I feel you in my nightmares where you think you can reach me. But now I'm here to ask you, devil, what the hell are you trying to teach me? Devil inside my head says he won't quit until my soul is dead. The devil in my heart just can't stand to be apart. The devil in my nightmares is only happy when I'm feeling scared. Someone give me an angel so I can escape from this hell. You in the corner, the demon on my shoulder. I call upon the angels to show me the truth that's much older. The darkness that's inside me doesn't have to stay in hiding. Free myself from my own hell with the pulse of a poison well. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Cleanse me in the fires of hell so I can come back to myself. The devil inside my head says he won't quit until my soul is dead. The devil in my heart just can't stand to be apart. The devil in my nightmares is only happy when I'm feeling scared. Someone send me an angel so I can escape from this hell. Okay. It's always so weird doing one of these live streams. I'm expecting there to be like people responding, yay, or not. But, you know, as any professional singer will tell you, there are times when you have to, as they say in Brazil, tocar para as moscas. Sometimes it's only the flies that are there listening. So the next song that I wrote came through when I had an opportunity to be kind of a sort of project manager-ish, coordinator-ish event thing for a few months for an academic conference. And so having left academia, but still trying to keep a toe in academia and still occasionally entertaining possibilities to go back into academia, it was certainly an opportunity to make some observations and to ask myself pretty deep questions about how much of this did I really want again in my life, and how much of this was still living in my body. In fact, I just had lunch with a good friend here in Atlanta that we went to grad school together, and we were talking about how, yeah, boy, we sure did theorize about hegemony quite a bit, but now that we're in, as she calls it, a midlife awakening, not a crisis, an awakening, it's very interesting to feel how everything we learned theoretically is actually playing out in our bones and in our bodies. So this song is called I See You. I see you standing on the corner, I see you looking at me. I know what you're thinking when you look at me. I see you seeing me through your eyes. chance to take center stage, to rail on and on and on about injustices, when all you ever wanted was to be held and caressed. I see you standing at the podium, I see you looking at me. I know what you're thinking when you look at me. I see you seeing me through your eyes. I see you over there with a knife in your teeth, articulating stances very theoretically, careful not to alienate the hand that feeds you, never quite inhabiting the forces that guide you. I see you sitting in the audience, I see you looking at me. I know what you're thinking when you look at me. I see you seeing me through your eyes. I see you over there taking diligent notes, documenting everything but missing the boat. Life's not found in books or in the words in my mouth, but out there in the world with our loved ones around us. I see you sitting at the round table, just like an Arthurian night, so proud of who's included at a table with no head. But take a look around you and see who's not there instead. I'm not gonna beg for crumbs at the table in my nightmares. Give me love or give it not, I don't care. I'm not gonna beg for crumbs that have fallen on the floor. I'm not gonna kill myself slowly anymore. would say that one's definitely for anyone who has dealt with workaholic tendencies and finds himself in a recovering workaholic position. Okay, so, and of course I don't have my glasses on, so I'm trying to read those little numbers and see what song is next. Oh, weaving. Oh, okay, so it's kind of funny. I have this persona that I like to inhabit, embody, channel, perform, whatever you want to call it. And I like to call her the time-traveling dream oracle, because I have found in my experience walking this path of shamanic energy medicine that quite often something will come to me and I won't really know what it's about or why it came to me until months or even years later. And now this song is about weaving away from war, and that's not a new thing, right? War has been around forever. People talk about the forever wars that were happening. And for me, I wrote the song in 2024, but it came back so potently this past year, not only with the genocide that's been going on in Palestine for decades now, but even seeing the way ICE has become the Gestapo here in the United States, and now we're just shooting our own people, and it's going unaccounted for. There's no accountability in the violence that's happening in our world right now. So it can be very, well, I'll just say it can be very depressing. It can be very depressing. And so this song is about how can we weave a different way? How can we move beyond war? And I think I might need to have the lyrics here just in case I need them. The battle is raging. Is it time to retreat? I can't feel the souls on the bottom of my feet. I couldn't feel the souls of the dead as the bombs fell. When will it be safe to come out of my shell? When war rages on and I can't feel my heart, feels like it's waiting for it all to fall apart. Hold myself in the center of my light. Imagine the tendrils floating on air. Luminous threads reaching far into the night, connecting me to networks of care. How can we quit these cycles of persecution? How can we call upon all souls towards evolution? When Arachne wove her tapestry of her deeper truth, Athena's rage consumed her. She went right through the roof. When war rages on and I can't feel my heart, feels like I'm waiting for it all to fall apart. Hold myself in the center of my light. Imagine the tendrils floating on luminous threads reaching far into the night, connecting me to networks of care. It's time to ask yourself, what's your chariot's path? Are you weaving threads of love or paving a pathway to wrath? If your will is to triumph, who's on the losing end? How can we transform our enemies into friends? When war rages on and I can't feel my heart, feels like I'm waiting for it all to fall apart. Hold myself in the center of my light. Imagine the tendrils floating on air, luminous threads reaching far into the night, connecting me to networks of care. So, that song probably more closely adheres to the original aesthetic that I was going for in the Bare Bones in the Shadowlands project. And so it's kind of funny because it stems from the idea, if you're a theater person and you've heard them talk about two boards and a passion, that's all you need to do theater. You just need a couple of boards to be a prop or a scenery or make noise or whatever, and your passion to tell a story. Well, so I thought that the whole project was going to be very, very stripped down, very much just like percussion and acoustic instruments, voice. And yet the tool that I have, which is my couple of boards, happens to be on my computer. And I am having a bit more fun making these tracks with these virtual instruments. It just is more fun for me. So I may still perform it in a very much more stripped down mode when I do the live performance. But for now, I'm just enjoying playing with these tools. So this next song, and please forgive me on this next one, this is the first time I'm performing this live with, actually, first time I'm performing this live ever, but also first time I'm performing it live with this brand new backing track. And it's a backing track I put together a while ago, and I've probably already said this before, but what I do is I compose a song outside of AI, so it is not an AI-generated song, and then I bring my composition into Suno, and I ask it to basically do an arrangement. And this one's kind of fun. So, and because it's so brand new, I might actually need to have bootstraps. Okay, now the reason this song came about is one of the things that I teach in my creative grieving program is that when we're grieving someone who has passed, like, for example, my parents, they both passed within 2 years of each other, it's important to honor the memory, but not only specifically the memory of that person, but also the memory of our experience of having known that person. And because I also did my methodology in critical autoethnography, where we examine the things that we have inherited, the knowledges that we have inherited that may or may not be true. You know, my dad, I came to a lot of terms with him by the time he passed, but my dad was always one of those people that was a pick yourself up by your bootstraps kind of person. And when he passed, I remember that phrase just sticking in my head, and I just remember feeling called to question that phrase and what that phrase actually means. And so did a tiny little bit of digging, not any serious research, but a tiny little bit of digging showed me that this phrase, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, was actually used in some early 1900s physics textbook to make a point about things that are ludicrously impossible. I think the phrase was, a man simply cannot pick himself up by his own bootstraps. And somehow that got bastardized and warped into this assumption that you ought to be able to pick yourself up by your own bootstraps. So this song is my questioning of that whole philosophy and that whole idea. So this is called simply Bootstraps. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, he told me. You can't rely on anyone but yourself. He never told me it was an impossibility. He just told me to do it myself. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, he told me. But an object cannot simply levitate all by itself. I never knew it was meant as sarcastic absurdity. I just felt the pressure to do it all by myself. When I feel all alone, like the world is at odds with me, and you use that phrase as if there's something wrong with me. Feel a dark pit of shame and doubt. I can't lift myself up without someone to share the burden with me. Bootstrap, bullcrap, all the way through it. Ain't no justice in the phrase, just do it. Pick yourself up with the help of a friend. We all need support from our friends in the end. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, they tell you. They say it's the very essence of our nature, but they never show anyone how to do it for themselves. They just walk away and laugh as we crack under pressure. Pick yourselves up by your bootstrap, I tell you. There's a whole lot of ancestral baggage weighing you down. I'll never tell you that it's going to be easy, but I swear rising up feels better than falling down. When you feel all alone, like the world is at odds with you, and they use that phrase as if there's something wrong with you. Don't fall into a pit of doubt. You can't lift yourself up without someone to share the burden with you. Bootstrap, oh crap, all the way through it. Ain't no justice in the phrase, just do it. Pick yourself up with the help of a friend. We all need each other in the end. Bootstrap, 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 bootstrap. Hey, 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 hey. Bootstrap, 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 bootstrap. I think I was calling the prompt on that cosmic groove. So I'm kind of digging the cosmic groove vibe. Channeling my inner Jamiroquai or something like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, this next one. Oh, the next one. So something else that happened to me in 2024, because it was all just one pile of stuff right after the other. And that's not in everything I've been through this year. So we're just looking back at 2024 right now. So I had been cautioned occasionally by some of our teachers, some of our mentors, some of our fellow shamans when we went through our training in shamanism with the Four Wind Society, just cautioning of being sure to handle people with care, being aware of how the medicine is being received, helping people, kind of move through at whatever is the pace they need to move through. And I have always been a rather cavalier person when it comes to my own healing processes, even though I am always very conscious and careful with other people. I tend to be very gentle with other people, but I tend to be very hard on myself. I don't know if you're that kind of person too. So what happened to me was I thought I just needed a nice tune-up healing session, went to one of my fellow shamans, and didn't realize that sometimes in order to heal a wound, we have to reopen it. And during this session, there was a very ancient wound of mine that was reopened from some previous life, and it was so deeply distressing to me that for like a week, I couldn't even handle the thought of being seen. I couldn't speak. I couldn't get on a Zoom meeting. I couldn't even let my voice be heard. And so this song is just a tiny bit of a cautionary tale, and also self-advocacy. Be your own advocate. Be aware of what you need, even when you go to the medical doctor, whether you're going to the dentist, a medical doctor, a shaman, a Reiki master, a massage therapist. Be aware of what your needs are and learn how to articulate what you are needing in the moment. So this song is called Be Careful What You Ask For. I went in seeking healing, but I got more than I bargained for. She asked me, how deep do you want to go? Without even thinking, I said, bring it all on. Then she cut right to the core. Careful what you ask for when you come to the mirror of the healing well. Don't say I didn't warn you when the shaman's blade pierces like a sword of steel. She came in here asking for tune-up. This is not her first time around this rodeo. I say the same damn thing every time you show up. Don't make me take off the kid gloves. Shove it, shove it, shove it. Be careful what you ask for when you come to the mirror of the healing well. Ooh. Don't say I didn't warn you when the shaman's blade pierces like a sword of steel. Be clear about the type of hands you need, an anchor in the storm to keep them blowing away, or a gentle loving hand to hold you close as you grieve, or a sharp blade to carve out the ancient wounds in the way. So I tell you, be careful what you ask for when you come to the mirror of the healing well. Don't say I didn't warn you when the shaman's blade pierces like a sword of steel. So the next song that I'm going to sing for you, I actually tried to rehearse this yesterday and didn't get through it without crying. So hopefully I'll be able to do it without crying. And to me, that just is another reminder that when we do the kind of deep work that we do in any sort of healing practice, whether you're doing shamanism or something else, again, sometimes those lessons, they have echoes, and sometimes we can be surprised at how, whether it's grief or trauma or whatever, it'll just pop up. You haven't thought about it in ages, and it'll just show up again in very surprising ways, and you can get choked up, as they say. And so in January, early January of 2024, before my father passed, I had two dreams fairly closely back to back. One of them was actually my father, who came to me in a dream, and he literally said, "I don't think I'm going to make it to March." And so we sort of already had known that the family was going to get together for his birthday in January, and I was like, I better get to Arizona so that I can see my dad before he passes. So I went there, and again, super grateful that my family was all very well behaved. And he was gone by the end of February. And weirdly, I thought it was weirdly at the time, but weirdly, I think right around the same time, I had another dream, which basically took me back to a memory from a very long time ago, from college. I'm not going to go into details, but if you're one of the 3 out of 5 women who has experienced some sort of sexual assault, you know that sometimes those things, they don't really ever go away completely. But this was a dream where I felt like I was able to help that past version of myself get through that experience. So again, the memory gets faded, the experience is different, but it's still a way for us to have that echo and have the recall of those experiences and still be able to move through them in some kind of a, we'll call it a forward-moving way, even though directions can be a little funny. So this is called Dreamtime. Let's hope I get through without crying. looked vaguely familiar, as if I'd been there in some other lifetime. Once I looked a little bit deeper, I saw the remnants of a younger version of myself. Each of the characters from all those years ago, showing us the memories of my own reflection, wondering why it all looks so grim and shady. All the bruised faces looking back at me for some connection, going deep in the dream time to uncover the stains on my memories. Gonna take some me time to recover the joy that had left me when I saw what was about to happen. I wanted to leave, but I wanted to save you. I knew I couldn't fight, so I left you all alone there. I sat outside and I listened to your cries as they hurt you. What does it mean to be a sacred witness when you know all you'll do is stop and listen? In the aftermath, I found you dazed and listless. I offered my hand to help you get back up, going deep in the dream time to uncover the stains on my memories. Gonna take some me time to recover the joys that had left me. Going deep in the dream time to uncover the stains on my memories. I'm gonna take some me time to recover the joys that had left me. Did it without crying. That song also came through for me when I was in the middle of my level 2 certification in dream tending. So I was actively deep in this practice of cultivating dreams, dialoguing with dreams, tending to what messages they have, how they can give us a little more wisdom in our lives. And of course, with the passing of my father, it also conjured up all of these images of what masculinity is and what has been my relationship to masculine figures in my life. So no wonder that song came through. So it had nothing to do with my own dad, but it definitely had to do with how I, as a female-bodied person, interact with this world that has not been terribly kind to female-bodied people. Speaking of which, the next song, technically I'm not even sure if it goes in this project, but I wanted to include it today because I wrote it several years ago and just recently was able to get a nice blues backing track that I really enjoy. And this is really about how we, not only just as women, but any of us who have lineages, either spiritual or blood lineages of women who were burned during the burning times, this is a song to help heal that witch wound, and it's called Witch's Blues. Once upon a time, in another life, I was a wise woman. They tried to burn me down, make me forget my coven. But the wisdom is deep, the wisdom is strong. It's all coming back to me after so long. Rise up, sisters, rise up now. We are the angels we've been waiting for. Once upon a time, we lived in sacred Aini, honoring the land and cultivating life on it. But over time, we saw our garden ravaged completely. We must heal her to fulfill our sacred promise. The time of domination is coming to a close. Greed is feeding on its own demise. There's a new way coming at the heart of the rose. We can be free if only we open our hearts. Rise up, sisters, rise up now. We are the angels we've been waiting for. The alchemy of fire gives our soul more power. We can tap into primordial strength somehow. Rise up, sisters, rise up now. Okay. I've got two more songs for you. These are actually not technically also from the Bare Bones and the Shadowlands project. However, both of them have a very special place in my heart right now, and I will explain why. So I'm here in Atlanta at my dear friend Julie's house sitting and pet sitting for their adorable dog, Jasper, while she and her husband are off vacationing. And I arrived August 8th, and 2 days later, I began what I was calling my own personal self-retreat. And 2 days later would have been my parents' 70th wedding anniversary, which also makes it 20 years since I last saw my brother live. And at their 50th wedding anniversary celebration, he sang What a Wonderful World. That's apparently one of his signature songs that he used to sing when he was in a band. And one of my sisters asked me to sing My Funny Valentine because I think it was her favorite song and she felt like it really fit our parents' marriage. And for me personally, I've never really been a fan of the holiday Valentine's Day because I've always felt like it was just a stupid reason to jack up the prices on flowers and dinner. And it's a recipe for being disappointed because our imaginations of Valentine's Day are always going to be bigger than what actually happens. And so I've always, for years, I've told boyfriends, look, don't do anything for me on Valentine's Day. Buy me flowers on like a random Tuesday because I will appreciate those flowers so much more because I'll know that it came from you just thinking about me in a loving way and not because you were obligated to. So I've done a new version of this song, and this is actually just a demo track that we're hoping to take into the studio after the Bare Bones project is the Tropical Blues project. And I have had so much fun going to jazz jam sessions here in Atlanta. So just amazed and pleased with the level of musicianship here and how open and friendly everyone is and how just joyous it is to be going to these jam sessions. So this one is, no AI was used in the creation of this track. And really it's super simple right now. Mike and I both just did the percussion ourselves. I put in the keyboards myself. I'm not that great a keyboard player. I can kind of, get around in really basics. And then I think that's it. It's just percussion and piano. And so I want to sing this for my parents' 70th wedding anniversary. Hi, Mom and Dad. Hope you're having fun up in the heavenly realms. So I call it Damn Funny Valentine because I've also changed some of the lyrics and added kind of like a different verse and melody and lyrics. So I hope you enjoy this. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. I'ma tell a story of mine about how I learned to be a Valentine. If you buy me roses on that day, it looks like you're throwing your money away. Valentine's Day and I don't give a damn, 'cause every other day I want you for my man. Do 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 do. 'Cause every other day I want you for my man. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, but you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? But don't change a hair for me, not if you care for me. It's Valentine's Day and I don't give a damn, 'cause every other day I want you for my man. Stay, little Valentine. Stay right here with me. Stay, little Valentine. Stay right here with me. Stay, little Valentine. Sweet coming Valentine. 'Cause each day with you is like Valentine's Day. I forgot we added horns and Mike played bass on that too. So it's a little bit fuller than just percussion, piano, and voice. So yeah, that's Damn Funny Valentine. And I'm gonna hide right up. The very last song is one that I just played Thursday at one of these jam sessions in town at the Velvet Note. The house band there is spectacular. Matt, Andre, and JL on piano, bass, and drums. I've been going there every Thursday night since I've been here in Atlanta, and I have to leave early Wednesday morning. So I'm not going to see them again for I don't know how long. But I went up to them and I said, I've been playing with you guys here for 3 weeks, and you guys are really good. Can you play me something really funky, a 12-bar blues in G minor? And I knew it was going to rock the house, and it did. So this is the version of that song that Mike and I put together. Mike programmed all the drums. He and I both kind of added the horn parts in here. This is Funk do Urubu. And this song is about, this song emerged from the jam sessions in Itacaré Bahia. Every time I go there, Mike and I had started thinking about the song the very first time I brought him to Brazil. And the song was just, for years, it was just kind of lingering in the back of my head. And then sure enough, in 2022, the first jam session I went to, the rest of the song just sort of gushed out of me in the middle of an improvisation. So it's about how we might want to consider respecting vultures a little more. There's a lot of vultures in Itacaré. I've never seen any town with so many vultures just hanging out all over the place. But ecologically, they serve a very important purpose. So this is Funk do Urubu. Last song for you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying it. saw an oodaboo this morning, right in my face. He seemed as shocked as I was to see him in that space. He shuffled on off as he looked at me sideways, and we parted ways. Oodaboo, the original Death Eater. Oodaboo, what an ugly creature. Oodaboo, oodaboo. He don't care if you're already dead. He'll pluck those eyes right out of your head. Oodaboo. Oodaboo, oodaboo, oodaboo. Further on up the road, it looked like a murder of crows, or a council of Skeksis in their long velvet robes. But it was just a bunch of vultures sitting around, tired from scavenging the whole town. Oodaboo, the original Death Eater. Oodaboo, what an ugly creature. Oodaboo, oodaboo. He don't care if you're already dead. He'll pluck those eyes right out of your head. Oodaboo. Oodaboo. He might not look like much, but he's a royal bird, a cousin of the condor and the king vulture. He pukes when he's scared and a feed is young, and to cool himself down he wallows in his own dung. Oodaboo, the original Death Eater. Oodaboo, what an ugly creature. Oodaboo, oodaboo. He don't care if you're already dead. He'll pluck those eyes right out of your head. Oodaboo, oodaboo. You might look at him and think he's disgusting as fuck, but he's doing the hard work of nature's garbage truck. So respect him like a hard worker hustling a trick. He's cleaning up the rotting dead so we don't get sick. Oodaboo, the original Death Eater. Oodaboo, what an ugly creature. Oodaboo, oodaboo. He don't care if you're already dead. He'll pluck those eyes right out of your head. Friends, that's all I have for you today. Don't forget, if you're not already on my mailing list, you need to go to laurelann.streetteam.fm. That's where I'm channeling everything for my music performance and business and anything else that I do, shamanic healing, dream work, whatever. Go to laurelann.streetteam.fm. And I'll be heading back to Erie, Pennsylvania this week, and we'll touch base with Mike, and we'll do another live stream pretty soon. See you next time around.